These are example problems for classwork 1-8. Number 1 says if point T is at 6, -1, where is the image of T under the translation? Okay, so I'm starting out with 6, -1, and I'm translating x, no units, so it's the same, and then y, I'm translating by -9. Okay, so I have 6, -1, and -9 is -10. Okay, so my new image should be at 6, -10. Okay, take a moment to try your number 1. Number 2, if point R is at -2, 4, where is the image of R under the translation? Okay, so I'm starting at -2, 4. Okay, and I'm translating x by 2 units and y by -7. Okay, so -2 plus 2 is 0. 4 minus 7 is -3. Okay, so my image is 0, -3. Take a moment to try your number 2. Number 3, if point Q is at -8, 3, where is the pre-image of Q under the translation? So pre means before the translation. So we're trying to find what x and y are when we translate x minus 9 and y minus 7. Okay, so x minus 9, when we actually did the translation, we got -8. Okay, so we're going to add 9 to both sides. So then x, to start out with, was 1. Okay, so x was 1. Okay, our y value, y minus 7, came out to be 3. So if we add 7 to both sides, y started out as 10. Okay, and I'm going to double check myself. So if I took 1 minus 9, that would give me -8. If I did 10 minus 7, that would give me 3. Okay, so my pre-image, which is the first one, my pre-image, was 1, 10. Okay, take a moment to try number 3. Number 4 says triangle MNP is translated to M prime, N prime, P prime with the following locations. M is at 4, 3, N is at 8, 5, P is at 7, 1, and M prime is at 2, 9. Okay, it says find the coordinates of P prime. So we know that M started out at 4, 3. Okay, when we translated it, it was moved to 2, 9. Okay, so M prime is at 2, 9. Okay, so this is my x value and this is my y value, my pre-image. Okay, we need to figure out what do we do to get 2. So what did we do to x to get 2? So if x started out as 4 and became 2, 4 minus 2 would give me 2. If y started out as 3 and then became 9, y had 6 added to it to become 9. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing to P. So I've got 7, 1 is what P started out as. And this becomes 7 minus 2. And the y value is 1 plus 6. Okay, so I have 7 minus 2 is 5. 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay, so the coordinates of P prime are 5, 7. Okay, take a moment to try your number 4. Number 5 says if point Q is at -1, 9, where is the image of Q when reflected across the y-axis? Okay, so this is our x-axis, and our vertical one is our y-axis. Okay, this grid is a 10 by 10. So that means negative 1, 9 would be here. Okay, this is negative 1 and 9 for y. When we reflect it across the y-axis, so we're doing it across this axis, it's going to become on this side. So this point here is 1, comma, 9. Okay, so our point is 1, 9. So this one was negative 1, 9, and 1, 9. Okay, notice that when we reflect across the y-axis, the y value stays the same. The x value changes its sign. Okay, so x started out as negative 1. When we reflected across the y-axis, it became a positive 1. Take a moment to try your number 5. Number 6 says if point S is at negative 1, negative 9, where is the image of S when reflected across the y-axis and then the x-axis? So we're actually doing two reflections. Okay, so we have our y-axis here and our x-axis here. Okay, first we're going to plot the point. So negative 1, negative 9 would be here. Okay, so this is my negative 1, negative 9. Okay, first we're going to reflect across the y-axis. The y-axis is our vertical one. So we're going to reflect from here to here. Okay, remember when we reflect across that axis, it only changes the x value. So x becomes 1, y becomes negative 9 still. Then we're going to reflect this point here. Okay, this is our second one. We're going to reflect it over the x-axis. Okay, so we went from here to here. Okay, now we're reflecting over the x-axis. So we're going 9 to get here, and we have to go an additional 9 to get here. So that's the reflection across the x-axis. So that's 1, comma, 9. Notice when we reflect across the x-axis, the x value stays the same. The y value goes from negative to positive. Okay, so our final answer is 1, 9. Take a moment to try your number 6. Number 7, if point P is at 3, negative 5, where is the image of P when reflected through the origin? Okay, here's our y-axis and our x-axis. The origin is 0, 0, so it's where the two meet. So we have point 3, negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. So this is my point 3, negative 5. Okay. So if we reflect it through the origin, we're both going to change the x and the y. Okay, so reflecting it through the origin, we're going to have negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's going to become negative 3 and positive 5. Notice when we reflect through the origin, both the x and the y value become opposites. Okay, so opposite of 3 is negative 3, so the additive inverse. Additive inverse of 5 is positive, or negative 5 is positive 5. Okay, so my new point is negative 3, comma, positive 5. Okay, take a moment to try your number 7. Number 8 says, what is the pre-image of the point 6, 2 reflected through the point negative 4, negative 5? Okay, so let's first plot our point 6, 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Okay, so this is my point 6, 2. Okay, and then my other point is negative 4, negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, we're going to take a look at this. The easiest way to notice the pattern is that this is a triangle. Okay, sorry, my lines aren't perfectly straight. Okay, this is a right triangle. Sorry, my lines aren't great. Okay, so the distance from here to here, so the distance from 2 to negative 5 is 7. The distance from here to here, so from positive 6 to negative 4, is 10. Oops. So we are going down 7 and over 10. Okay, so to find the new value of this, we're going to need to go down 7 and over 10 for the reflection. Okay, so we took 6, 2, and we got negative 4, negative 5. Okay, so this was my x and y, and I translated it x minus 10, and my y value I did y minus 7. Okay, so I went back 10, so that's a change of negative 10, and down 7, that's a change of negative 7. Okay, so now from there, so if I have negative 4, negative 5, my reflection, doing the same thing, would be negative 4 minus 10, negative 5 minus 7. Okay, so my new point when we reflect it through, negative 4, negative 10 is negative 14. Okay, negative 5, negative 7 is negative 12. Okay, it's not going to fit on this particular graph, so I'm not going to graph the point, but my new point is negative 14, negative 12. Okay, because to get from here to here, I went down 7 and over 10. The reflection is going to be the same. I'm going to go down 7 and over 10, so it's a perfect reflection. So I get negative 14 and negative 12. Okay, take a moment to try your number 8. We will start with number 9 on the next video.